Hello everyone. Let me know when you get here. Say hello. Hopefully we have some join for our sticky situation here at Unique. Hi, Erin. I'll just wait a few more seconds and see if anyone else joins us. Hi, Irene. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Deb. Everybody hear me okay? Perfect, thanks Irene. Okay, I guess we'll get started. Tonight I'm here to talk to you all about adhesives. We're going to start with tape runners. We'll go over that and explain all the differences between those. So here we have the scrapbook adhesives, Easy Runner Grand. This one is a nice one because it gives you lots of tape runner inside so you don't run out as often. It's lightweight, nice to hold in your hand.
My favorite.
Yep, there you go. Heather says it's her favorite and just easy to run on your paper. Okay, hi Shirley. So we have some different types. We have the Grand. It comes in different, sorry, I just dropped some of my refills here. We also sell refills for them. We have a dotted adhesive. These are permanent dots. Okay. These are the repositionable dots. They will become permanent over time, but they allow you to move things around while you're trying to plan your projects out. And then once you've left them for a while, they do become permanent. Hi, Anne. And then we also have the Ultra Strong. So those are all for the Easy Runner Grand. We also have the Easy Runner smaller tape runners, just the little hand ones. And we carry them in all of the different ones as well. And we do carry them, carry the refills for all of those as well. Heather, do you happen to know the price on the Easy Runner Grand gun?
The dispenser?
Yeah, I didn't write that down, sorry. So the refills for the Easy Runner Grand run from $13.99 to $16.99. And Heather's just grabbing a dispenser. I'll let you know the price of that. So it looks like our
So they do come with a tape in it.
right. Okay. And it looks like they're $26.99. So this one here showing the
But
permanent dots.
we have a special.
Oh yes, I forgot. We have a special today. There is a coupon for today's live. It is good through until Sunday. And it is for 10% off of adhesives. And the code that you use is GLUE. GLUE. Okay, so again, that's 10% off your adhesives. And the code is GLUE.
And that's all adhesive.
Yes. Okay, so the Easy Runners run around $26.99. They come with a full roll, and then you can buy the refills. Okay, and then for the tape runners themselves, they're anywhere from, looks like $8.99 to $11.29, depending on which one you're getting. I just wanted to point out a few differences between these as well. Okay, there is a different one here that we didn't go over. So if you look here on the side, right here, it shows you what your adhesive looks like. So this is the dots. So this is what your adhesive is going to look like when it comes off the roll. These ones are good for, I would use these type of a runner on things where you have openings, so such as finer things like a sentiment and things like that. They're only going to grab onto the fine line of cardstock and not leave strings in between. So that's when I would use a dot adhesive. This one here is called a micro runner. So if you can see here, it comes out in a tiny line. So this would be good for fine, you know, if you have a very thin edge of something that you're putting together. A lot of times when you're, you know, making boxes or envelopes or things, you want a very fine line. That would be very good to use the micro strip here. Okay? And then we have the permanent strong. So it comes out in a solid line. And that one's going to be your, I mean, it would be the same kind of as this one here. Only difference is this one is a stronger adhesive, and this is your regular adhesive.
Sherry, are you asking if the store in Woodstock is open right now, or the online?
Because we're not supposed to be open past 5.
Oh. Technically, we're not open.
Yes, we are at the store, but the door is locked. Yes, Heather stayed late for our video tonight. How much is the refill for the Easy Runner? For the small, are you talking for these ones here, Judy, the small ones?
Which one?
Just any of the Easy Runners. I guess probably maybe the strips.
$6.59, $6.99.
Okay, so they run $6.59 to $6.99 for the refills for the size here. Okay? And then if you look at this one's called the Easy Runner Strips. So it will come off in these nice, neat little strips. And it is white, I believe, this one. It's not transparent. And this one, oh, sorry, this one here is the squares. I apologize. This is not the regular full tape runner. This one here is the square. So what it's going to do is it's going to release these rectangle full pieces of adhesive instead of just a strip, a full strip. So kind of nice, a little less wasteful. You're not running extra that you don't need. Okay. All right, I'm going to run into, after the tape runners, I'm going to show you the Xyron sticker maker. I don't know if any of you have seen these or used these. They are a nice little machine. I'll hold it up a little closer here. So it gives you 20 feet of permanent adhesive, and this one here is a 1.5 inch. I don't know if I can get this out. So what you're going to use this for, this would be another good one for your sentiments. It essentially kind of makes a sticker out of anything. So if you have a small little ephemera piece and you want to, you know, make a sticker out of it to stick it on and fully cover it, you can use this. Again, I've seen a lot of people, and I think these are great for sentiments. You're going to feed it in, pull it through, tear it off. The back side will have the sticky on it, and that way you're not wasting a whole bunch of adhesive. Okay, and these ones run for $22.99, and we can get refills for those as well. Okay, now I'm going to go into foam adhesives, 3D foam strips, dots, squares, etc. We have many different types. I am going to start with our rolls so I can get them out of the way here. So scrapbook adhesive makes all of these rolls of adhesive. We have two different sizes. Let's see. I'll try to show you the difference here. So this one here is our 2mm thick roll, and you would get 54 feet on the roll. And I didn't grab the other one to be able to tell you. I think it's 106 or 109. And then we have the 1mm thick. So if I hold this up, I'm not sure if you can see it, the difference between the 2mm thick and the 1mm thick. So I would consider the 1mm thick the thin and the 2mm the regular. Can you get it out of the package? Let me check. Okay. Don't want to wreck it. Okay, yep, I can. Alright, so this is the little Xyron maker, sticker maker. Okay, you've got your rolls in the bottom, and you can see here it comes out right here. Okay, so this one is a new one from the store, so I can't use it. But what you would do is you would slide your sentiment or your ephemera or anything you want, you would slide it down into this track right here. And you're going to pull on your tape from the bottom, pull it out. And then as you can see here, it says on here, rub and peel. So you're going to give it a good rub to make sure the adhesive is stuck to the full back of whatever it is you're adhering. And then take the top piece off, which is just your plastic covering. Take your piece off and it should have the sticky all on the back. Did that help you out there, Kate? All right. So back to the rolls of tape. We carry them both in white and in black. Okay. So this might actually, you might see this better for the sizes of the tape. So there's the 2mm thick and the 1mm thick side by side. Okay. You're welcome, Kate. All right, and then another type of foam tape that we can get here at the store is the Scotch 3M tape. It is, oh, I'm sorry, and these ones are, these rolls here are, I believe they're 1/2 inch thick. It says 0.39 inches, so not quite 1/2 inch thick. Okay, I use this for a lot. This is pretty much essentially what I use for my foam tape and the squares, which we'll get to. So this roll here comes in a 39-yard roll. 3/4 inches thick, and this one, oh, I didn't tell you the prices of these either. So these ones run $27.99. I think they're all $27.99. The 1 inch, or the 1mm and the 2mm. Okay. And then the roll of 3M, it would be $83 for the roll of the Scotch 3M.
Now this roll is massive. I've already been using quite a bit of this roll. And I find it lasts forever and ever and ever, and I can cut off the size that I want. It will hold up to 2 pounds. It's just, I don't know, it's one of my favorite rolls to use. It is expensive, but I'll tell you, it lasts a very long time.
Yes.
And those of you just joining, Angela's got a discount for you tonight. So all your adhesives, if you use the code GLUE when you're checking out, you will get 10% off all of the adhesives until Sunday. So that's a pretty good deal.
Absolutely. The nice thing about the foam rolls as well, and again, you can do this with any of the foam squares as well. If you need to double up, if you're making a shaker and you need that extra width, you could take a piece of, say, this tape here, and then what you would do is you could just fold it in half, stick it together, and then you'd have double the width. And then that'll help you get if you need, if your shaker bits are a little thicker than, say, a flat sequin. Sorry, yeah, they asked me to take that out. Yeah, so the nice thing about the rolls, like I say, you can fold them in half and make them double as thick to go around for shakers as well. I use, where did I put that? Right here. So this is a card that I have as a sample in the store. If any of you have been in, you may have seen it. This is using the Katie Sue decoupage, and I've used the thin foam squares, so the 1 millimeter thick, to do this. And this has 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this has 6 or 7 layers. And when you use the thin dots, it ends up being about not even a half an inch thick. So it does cost some, but not as much height as the regulars. And I find they're really good for doing these decoupage sheets. So I keep talking about these squares. We have all different kinds of the squares. This is what the packages look like. We have them in the 2 as well as the 1 millimeter. Okay, and they run around $4.79 to $4.99, I believe. And we have different kinds. So we have the thin in the 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch squares. Sorry, these are my own personal, so there are some missing. Yours would obviously be full in the package, and you would get 2 sheets of each in the package. In the assortment pack. Same for the regular thickness, the 2 millimeter. So I'll just show you here. There's a 2 millimeter and there's a 1 millimeter. Okay, so thin and regular. Again, we have a variety pack which gives you both the 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch of these, and they come in a pack together, or you can buy them individually, either the 1/4 inch or the 1/2 inch. That goes for any of these. And then we also sell black. What's nice about the black is if you have, I don't know about you guys, but I use, yes, I hear you, Sherry. I have, these are all my personal stash, mostly so far, so I have a lot of adhesive as well. So the black is nice if you are doing, I'll use these if I'm doing a black sentiment with white writing. I like to do that a lot, so they're bold and they stand out. Or if you have a black card front that you'd like to pop up, it's nice to have the black so that you don't see the white behind the black. So it's always a great option to have the black along with the white. Okay, so along with those, we also have some adhesive strips. So these ones are 1/2 inch wide. Oh, I can't open them because they're in the package. So these ones would actually come out in strips. So if you see here, it shows you they're 1/2 inch strips. And these are, I don't know, everything's in millimeters, 122 millimeters long. I'd say they're probably about 4 inches long. You can see on the back here. So those are nice again if you're going, if you want to go around something to make a shaker. The other nice thing about the tape rolls as well as the strips, when you're using them, if you have an item such as a shaker, let's say we wanted to make a shaker out of this card. We have a dome here, so we have a rounded piece that we'd like to go around. If you take the adhesive back off of your foam roll or your strips, you can actually form it to the shape that you're wanting to use. So that's always nice about the foam strips as well, and the tape rolls. Again, you probably can do it with the backing on, but I find it much easier to do if you take the backing off. We also sell them in dots. So these are round dots. I like to have the round dots on hand. Sometimes you want to make a card, or you'll use something that either has like a slider or something that moves. Sometimes it's nice because usually the cutouts are a circle. It's nice to have the round ones so they move a little easier with that. Or sometimes your items are round and you need a round dot. There are also the micro. These are tiny, tiny little squares. They are 0.12 or yeah, 0.12 millimeters, I guess, or 3 millimeters. They're nice and tiny, as you can see. Little tiny. It's hard for it to even focus. They're so small. There's a little dot. These are nice for when you want to go behind your little ephemera pieces, when you need to get behind these tiny little petals, things like that. Okay? In the foam as well, we also have, so these are some more. So we have them in black, the micro. Here's another package of the assorted 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch. They also sell them in shapes. So the nice thing about the shapes is you could use them on your projects. You could stick them to your paper. On the other side, once you remove the adhesive, you could sprinkle on some glitter, make them their own little piece on their own. Okay, you can see here they've done that here. Some glitter, flocking, and more for a fun effect. Honestly, you probably could use your deco foil as well and use it, and it would stick to the adhesive as well. Yes, the black come in an assorted pack as well. They'll be 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. So they would come as 2 sheets of each like this in a package. Or you could get them just individually in the packages as well. Okay, Kate? So we have some different shapes. Some rainbows, some water bottles. This one's called garden shapes. So it has all your garden shapes there. This one here is stars. And then again, the one that I showed, the butterflies. Okay, so some fun things you can do with those. These are your photo squares. So if you want to put some photos in your scrapbooks and you don't want to adhere the photo on permanently, you could use the little photo squares. So you'll stick the photos in the 4 corners where you want your picture. You slide your photo into this little slot here and it'll hold them in. Okay, then they also have a small roll, which is a little bit thinner. This is a 10 millimeter wide roll as opposed to the larger rolls. Okay, and I don't know why there isn't prices on any of these. The small crafty foam tape roll. There's no price on this one. $7.16. And how about the 2 double-sided power tape? Okay, so $7.16 for this one and $4.79 for this one. This is the double-sided power tape. So this is a very strong double-sided adhesive. That's okay, Carolyn. I'll mention it one more time if we've got any new people since I've mentioned it and Heather's mentioned it. We are running a coupon for this live. We are running a 10% off all adhesives in the store until Sunday. And your coupon code that you will use will be GLUE. G-L-U-E. Okay? So this is the double-sided tape. Gives you 81 feet or 25 meters. And it's just a double-sided. This one here is 1/4 inch. That looks like it's more than 1/4 of an inch. But this looks like 1/2 inch. But it's a nice double-sided adhesive, nice and strong. Again, you can use it for pretty much anything. Okay? We also sell them in adhesive sheets. So this is a full sheet. So if you have something larger and you want to cover the whole back, these adhesive sheets actually would be good for if you had something that Oh, I don't know. If you had something, I know vellum is very hard to use adhesive with, but if your vellum is smaller than these adhesive sheets, or you make it a piece that is this large, you could stick this to the whole back and then you wouldn't be able to see the adhesive because it would be covering the whole area. If that makes any sense there. And these are 4x6 sheets. So perfect for a 4x6 photo. Okay. We also carry these foam dots in the store. A lot of people like these ones because they do have these little tabs to help you pull the backs off. Sometimes it's hard to pull the backs off. I find our foam squares, these peel very easily. These backings come off very nicely. There's not really a problem with those. But some adhesives are definitely, they're hard to get the back off. Okay, so these are nice. They're round. These are a 2mm thick. I would say they're about a 1/2 inch circle. And we sell those in the store as well. All right, now there are also adhesive dots. Okay, and these ones here are the micro. They show you a picture on the corner of all of your adhesives here to show you the size. So these are the micro. So these are nice, small, tiny little ones. They do sell them in different sizes. And I use these adhesive dots a lot if I've made a bow and want to stick a bow to something. Kind of more 3D items, they help grip because they'll conform around a little bit to the shapes. I find they help. They're very nice and strong to help hold on a bow or ribbons or, you know, little pieces of stuff as well. Okay. Now, let's go to okay, Heather, I've forgotten the names of these tapes. Oh, this is the these are from Cool Cats. Are they both from Cool Cats, Heather?
Yes.
Okay, so they're both from Cool Cats.
The smaller one comes in lots of different colors.
Yep.
And widths.
And what is this one called again?
That's the archetype.
Okay, so it is the archetype. Okay, so we have the archetype. This here, we have it in green here, but we do sell it in all different colors. And this is great for your book binding when you're making your albums and things like that. This particular one here, the archetype, is a, I would consider it like a cloth tape. It is material, very, very sticky. Okay, going to be very strong to help you in your, like I say, when you're doing your book binding on the creases where you're going to use a lot of wear and tear, it'd be good to use this in that. Okay, and then this one is called the Tiger Tape frame tape. So this tape here is what I have here, and it's nice to use when you're using your chipboard. If you have an album, you've covered it with nice, you want to cover it with nice cardstock, but you don't want this edge of your chipboard showing. This tape is very nice to take and put it over the edge so that you get a very nice, you can flatten it out nice and sharp, and it makes a very nice finished edge for your albums. Okay, and does this one come in different colors as well, Heather? Black and white, or is it just black?
Just black.
Just black for this one, okay. And, sorry, this one is more of what I would call a paper tape. Okay, so it is nice and thin. I'll show you here. So it is nice, so it will flatten and smooth out nicely and make those nice sharp corners for you. Okay, so we also have that in the store. All right, so Gorilla Tape. Gorilla Tape is also nice and strong. We have it in the white here. It's 1160 a roll, and you can use that, you probably could use that on the edge of your albums and stuff too. Nice strong adhesives, good for when you're making your albums. Okay. Got all kinds of goodies here. All right, so let's go on to our score tape. All right, so Heather and Dan here at the store carry all different all different sizes of our score tape. They also have the stacker. I'll show you it in the box here. Might be a little easier to show you. This is called the Score Pal Stacker, and it can hold all your rolls of tape. And I'll show you my personal one that I've got. Okay, this one runs for $19.99. I love mine. I can stack all my different sizes up, and they're right there ready to use. So this is mine stacked up with my score tapes. Okay, I have all kinds of sizes on here. I believe that's 1.5 maybe, quarter, or no, that's 3/8, quarter, 1/8 inch, 1 inch, and 3/4 inch. I keep them on here all the time. These are the sizes I tend to grab for the most. It has a nice spot here to keep some scissors. Right now I have my little spellbinders, fine ones that I showed in the last video. They're nice because they have the coating on them, so they don't, the adhesive doesn't stick to the scissors. So I would recommend a nice non-stick pair of scissors to stick in there. You can put anything there, holds anything. I keep mine just like that on my desk, and then it's ready for me to roll it out, stick it down, and chop a piece off. So I'll show you it here. So this is the 1 inch. It sells for $16.99. 1.5 inch. These are nice when you're doing your albums and stuff too, or anything that you need a large area covered with tape. Love my score tape. $21.99 for the 1.5 inch. It also comes in a 2 inch. Sorry for the crinkling. $24.79. Okay. You also could use your score tapes for embellishments as well, like I mentioned before with the foam shapes. You could use them with glitter. You could use your deco foil and put it over, make a design or just make like a border and then rub your deco foil on it, and your deco foil will stick there, so it'll foil it. You can use it for all those kind of things as well. This one here is our 2.5 inch, and it sells for $28.79. And then we also have a nice big one, and this one is a 5 inch. And this one here is $57.99. Lots of tape on there. You could do you could put your cards on here, cover the whole back. Let's say you did a watercolor panel and it got a little bit warped from doing the watercoloring and it drying. You could use this to cover the entire back so that it'll stick nice and flat to the front of your cards. Again, for your albums, if you need to cover large surface areas for those, be great for that as well. Okay, so that's those. Now, oh, sorry, another piece of score tape that we do sell is the sheets of it. So this looks to be about maybe an 8 by 10 size. Let's see. Nope, 8.5 by 11. This is a full sheet, 8.5 by 11 size. And these ones sell for $2.79 a sheet. So that would be nice if you need a whole back cover. You could cut it into pieces. You can do whatever with it. Cut a shape out of it. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to talk about Gina K Masking Magic Sheets. These are really nice. We have two different kinds here. So we have sheets and strips. They're both great. You can use both for the same things. However, your full sheets are going to be nice if you have a stencil. Let's say like some of the Pink Fresh, anything that has like a layering stencil, and you want to do 2 different colors in 2 different areas. The Masking Magic sheets are good to use to help block them off on your stencils. You can reuse them, reuse them, reuse them. Honestly, you can use these for a full project before they're fully saturated and need to be replaced. I've used them many times, and sometimes if I've only used them for one area and there's only a little bit of color on them, I'll stick them to the package and reuse them on another project. Okay, so these are the sheets. So they come in a full 5x7 sheet. These are nice as well if you want to, let's say you want to make a card and you just want to ink blend inside a shape and leave the outer border white. You could use a die or hand cut your shape, stick it to the front of your card, do all of your ink blending, and it would only come out inside of the shape that you've cut out. And again, you can reuse it and make several cards out of it. Yes, absolutely. I was going to get to that as well. You can stamp on them. Thanks, Sherry. You can stamp your image on here if you want to do multi-layered stamping. So you would stamp your images onto the Masking Magic. You would fussy cut them out. And then as you would figure out your layout of what you would like to do with your stamps. And the ones that are farthest away, you're going to do first. And you're going to layer them up and use your Masking Magic and take them off as you're blending for those as well. Okay? Then she also makes these strips, and as you can see on the packaging, you can lay the strips in the different widths and ink blend over them to mask off areas, to make plaids, anything you want. Any designs, diagonals, you can see on the packaging. And these strips come in 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, and 1/2 inch strips. Okay, I've also seen Gina use these. She uses these to hold all of her dies on her when she die cuts. She uses these for everything. They are like a low tack tape, so they peel off nicely. They hold strong enough that you're going to get nice crisp edges, but they're low tack enough that they peel off nicely and you don't have to worry about ripping your paper. Okay, so if you had stamps, you could use your die cuts for the stamps to do the layered stamping. However, you do have to remember that your die cuts will have that extra little bit of white edge around them, like this flower shows here. So you will still get that white edge effect around your stamp if you use your die rather than fussy cutting. Also really nice if you have an image that has a very fine, like say a mouse, and he has a very fine swirly tail. You're not going to want to fussy cut that out, and you don't have to worry about that. You just cut the image, put it on, and it'll save the image and keep it white for you to color later. Or you could just do the colors and leave your images white. That's also another nice idea. Okay, so there's the Masking Magic. Now, red line tape. We have some red line tape in this sticky thumb adhesive tape bundle. It's $26.38. It gives you, I would say that's 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch red line tape. It also gives you a roll of 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch foam tapes. And then it also gives you 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch double-sided tape. So great for beginners, great for starters, gives you a little bit of everything. This bundle also comes with what's called the sticky thumb. It helps you for smoothing out your tape to stick it down, as well as taking the backings off the tape. Super strong tape. used a lot for 3D projects, like your boxes, your envelopes, gift bags, things that you know are going to be moved around a lot and really want them to adhere well so they don't fall apart. So this one here, I can show you. The size we have in the store is 1/4 inch, and it's 5 yards, and it's $6.10 if you'd like to just get a roll of these. So that would be like this one here. Okay, 1/4 inch, 5 yards, and it's $6.10. So nice and strong, stick it down, peel the red line, the red backing off. Really great for the, sorry, I was just reading a comment. Really great for anything that you need a good strong adhesive for. Okay. Another fun one we have is the sticky folio from We Are Memory Keepers. Okay. We have the color is this one. We have the lavender, and this one's just kind of like an ivory with the yellow. They're $26.38. We also sell the refills for the sticky folio for $19.78. And what these are, this one here is mine. The nice band to keep it close. I have my refills in the pocket. I have my sheet ready to go here. And you can probably see that I've used this. So if you look here, I've used this for some finer die cuts that I've done that I wanted to layer. So when I'm layering my, if I want to make my die cuts stack, sometimes it's a lot to, if you look at this image, to do glue on all that. It takes a lot of time. I just stick it on here, press it down really firmly. They give you a little tool here. It is metal. It's nice. It has a nice flat edge here to help you burnish, rubbing down your die cut or your ephemera or anything that you want to have it on the stick on the back. Nice for burnishing. And on the other end of this is a pair of tweezers. So it can also help you remove your piece from the sticky dots on the page. Fantastic, love it, use it all the time. Again, I find I pull it out mostly for things like the fine sentiments and when I want to do layering of my die cuts to make them a little thicker. Nice elastic to hold it shut for you. Whoops, but I almost went across the room. Okay, now I need to pull all this over here. I've got a lot of items. Now I'm going to get into liquid glues. Okay. Actually, before I do that, I actually would like to talk about I don't know where the other one went. With all that talk of foam adhesives and double-sided tape, I don't know about you all. Thanks, Erin. I don't know about you all, but I know more times than I can count I've stuck something on the front of my card or on my project and it isn't straight or something is off and I don't like where it is and you go, oh no, I've wrecked it. Well, we have this fabulous product called Undo. Undo for adhesives, tape, gum, tar, crayon, lip balm, grease, and more. This stuff is my best friend. As you can see, this is my personal bottle. It's almost gone because I use it all the time. We do sell it here in the store for $18.99. I've had this quite a while and I use it a lot, so it's not something that you'll go through very quickly, and it's great. So if you have, I mean, I probably could do it to this. So if you have anything, any type of adhesive that you need to remove, you would just open the lid. It can pour out into this little tray, and it has a nice thin tip to it. I would just hold it behind the adhesive that I wanted to remove. Squeeze out a little, make sure it goes down onto the behind the adhesive, and it'll pull right off the paper. I should have brought something to show you. But the nice thing about it as well is once you've used it, it is going to look, yes, thank you, Carolyn, I will mention that as well. It will look like your paper will look wet. It is a liquid. However, don't worry, once it's dry, you won't even know that it was there, okay? It's really great product. It does have a little bit of an odor to it, so you might want to make sure you have a ventilated room, but it is really great to use. Again, I use it all the time because I make mistakes. Carolyn,
Poo, ventilated room.
what's that?
Oh, poo, ventilated room.
Yeah, I know. It's not terrible. I suffer from migraines and scents bother me, and I don't get a migraine from it. So it's not terrible, but I just want to let you know it does have a little bit of an odor to it. Yes, Sherry, you must have this if you work with double-sided adhesive. I agree. I swear by this. It's great. What was I going to say? Carolyn had mentioned that she also uses this to clean her scissors. So anything that you, like you say, if you have sometimes the non-stick scissors can get gummed up, but not everyone has a pair of non-stick scissors. So if you're using your regular stickers and they're getting gummy from cutting up your double-sided tapes or your foam tapes, this is a great thing to use for that. Also, the other thing that I find that sometimes I get gummy that I use this on is the end of my tweezers. I will use my tweezers to, say if you're picking up little adhesive back gems and things like that, sometimes the end, or if you're using your tweezers to place stuff down and you have your foam squares on the back, sometimes your tweezers will get a little bit gummy, and I use it to clean those as well. So definitely, like Sherry said, a must-have if you use double-sided adhesive. Totally agree. Now for our liquid glues. We got a lot here, so I'll try to get going here. We have our staples, which is our Barely Art and our Art Glitter Glue. Okay, very similar. Some people love the Barely Arts, and some people love the Art Glitter. I find them very comparable to each other. The one main difference to these glues is Art Glitter Glue cannot be shipped in Canada in the winter because of the cold. It cannot be frozen or it will wreck. Sold out of this. Of the Undo, we might be.
If there's something that people want,
Yes.
and it's not in the store right now, they can email me.
Okay.
I will make sure to add it to my order. I have an order going in tomorrow, so if they think of sending it to me tonight, and
Okay.
I will honor the discount on
Yep.
that as well.
Okay. So there you go. If there's anything from tonight's video that is sold out, just go ahead and email Heather. Okay? And she will get that ordered for you. So we have I think I have this one here. So this is the mini of the Barely Art. It is, oh, no, actually that's this one. This is the original. It's 4 ounces. And in the box of the Barely Arts, it will come like this with just a regular cap. inside the box, you will get, here, I'll hold it against there, another tip, a bottle with a tip on it, or a cap, sorry, cap with a tip on it, as well as your extra pieces to make it fine tip. You can decide on how fine of a tip you'd like your glue to have. So there's a longer plastic tip, which would be more of an open, thicker tape, or sorry, thicker line of glue would come out. Then you have what would be considered your precision tip. You can see it has the little metal end on it. And that would just screw on to your cap here, both of them. Just screw that on, okay? If you just use this cap as is, there is a little cap that goes over top to close it, to make it airtight. And they also give you a glue pin to stick in the top. So for example, you've put yours together, you have the precision tip. You just stick the pin in the top and it'll keep the air out of your bottle as well. Okay? The glitter glue works better with crepe paper cards. Okay, good to know. So that's what you're going to receive in your Bearly Arts. It's going to have those pieces in there for you to select the tip that you would like to use. Sorry, just got to do this in a certain order or it will not fit. There we go. Okay. So we have a 2, a 4 ounce in the Bearly Arts. For 4 ounces is $25.20. The 2 ounces is $16.80. The art glitter glue comes in. We have 4 different sizes of the art glitter glue. As you can see, this is my own personal. I leave it like this in my little Lazy Susan. Sorry about my label, it's very well loved. And I just leave the pin in the top and pull the tip out and it's ready to go. In fact, I just dropped some. Okay. One thing Heather wanted me to mention, give your glue a good shake before you're filling your bottles, or before you're using your bottles. Sometimes they just need a little shake before we get them going. All right, and these come in a 16 ounce for $31.99, an 8 ounce for $18.99, a 4 ounce for $14.96, and your 2 ounce bottle for $9.99. Okay, so that covers those. We do have Nuvo glue. Not sure if we have any in the store at the moment, but we do have a Nuvo. Heather, do you normally carry the larger bottles and the smaller ones of the Nuvo? Or just usually the ones that fit in the...
No, I had both.
Okay.
I carry both.
Okay, okay. So they come in a 4 ounce and a 2 ounce. So I'll just take this out of here just to show you the comparisons. Okay. So 2 ounce and 4 ounce. This one's Heather's, this one's mine. So we have those. The nice thing about the Nuvo is they are the bottle that my Sweet Petunia uses for the glue press. So I'm going to actually take this black mat out for a second to show you the glue press so you can see it better. For anyone who hasn't seen the glue press, fantastic invention. I love it. It's for anyone that has problems with squeezing the glue bottles all the time to make your glue come out. Sometimes that can be hard on the hands and the wrists. They've come out with this to help with that. So it uses a trigger. Much easier on the hand. Your glue bottle is going to come just like this. Inside the package you will receive the glue press itself, so these two pieces, a 2-ounce bottle of the Nuvo glue, as well as one extra empty bottle with this would be a fine tip with the white on the bottom. Some of the older ones are clear on the bottom, but they've changed them to white. And the one with the darker kind of gray bottom has a wider tip. So I'll try to show you the difference between the two. So very fine tip and the wide tip. So if so the fine tip is going to give you a nice fine tip of line of glue on your sheet. It would be comparable to these thin lines. And the thicker one, some glues, again, you can refill these bottles with any glue. If you have another particular glue that you like that's a little bit thicker, it's nicer to use the thicker nozzle to be able to get it out. To use the glue press, just take the lid off of your bottle. It slides in the bottom. They do recommend that you put the back side down to the trigger. They say it's a little bit softer and it's easier for the press inside. As you can see, it presses up. Oh, I've got some glue in there. Oh, it's the sticker from the back. So when you press it, it squeezes it to let it out. So you put your back side down, slide it in. You'll hear it snap. That means it's in. Sits nicely in here. Has the silicone pink, sorry, my fingers are in the way, little spot for it to sit. My glue's running out as I'm sitting here. Sits in there, keeps your glue from coming out. On the back end, there is a spot to hold your glue cap. Okay? Sits on your desk, pull it out, use it, pull the trigger, put your glue out. Okay? And that is our, oh sorry Heather, I didn't get a price for that. Do you happen to know the price for the glue press? They will have to be ordered if anyone wants one. And we'll figure out a price on that for you. All right. Tombow glues. There is a clear and a white. $46.99 for the glue press, if anyone's interested. And again, just email Heather and let her know that you'd like one. Or, yes, email you for that. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry, my glue's coming out here. I've had it sitting up. All right, so it has a fine tip on the mono glue, Tombow glue, sorry. Tombow mono adhesive. That's where I got that from. And they also have, so it's like a silicone end to it. Be more like a chisel tip if you need a thicker line of glue, and it spreads it out for you. So both of them come with both tips on both ends, in the white and the clear. Hi, Carol. Stamperia sells a craft glue as well as a mixed media glue.
Love the craft glue.
Yep. So Heather uses this a lot, she says, on her albums and things. It's nice because you can dip right into the jar with a paintbrush and paint it right on when you need to cover the whole front to put your cardstock on for embellishing. I think we might have used this when we did your class for the things, didn't we?
I used
For
that
something.
when I did the Harry Potter.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yep. Use. It's nice that it's in a pot because then you can, like she said, you use a brush with it, brush it on to a large area, smooth it all out, nice and smooth. And then they make a mixed media glue. So both dry transparent, I believe, as do all of the liquid glues. They're all going to dry transparent, any of the ones that I've shown you here tonight. Oh, this one's still sealed. Okay. So the mixed media glue was good for suitable for papers, 3D effects, universal transparent glue. It's water-based. So again, you can use it in the same way that you've used this one. The nice thing about this one, I guess, it's good for your 3D elements that you're going to put on, flowers, chipboard ephemera, you know, things that are more 3D that need a little bit more adhesion. The mixed media glue runs $12.75. I assume the craft glue would probably be around the same price. No, this is yours.
Oh.
From your bucket. Stamperia also sells a rice paper glue. Great for rice paper. Can be used again. It has like kind of like a paint top bottle. Squeeze it out. Spread it out nice and thin with a brush.
$12.99.
Thank you. The craft glue is $12.99. And you can also use the rice paper glue on top of the rice paper as well to kind of finish it off and keep it on. Okay. They also have a matte glue, all acid free, by the way. Anything that I've mentioned as well for the glues, they're all acid free. This one is a quick drying water-based glue. It says ideal for journaling. A nice small little bottle with fine tip, and this one runs for $11.33. And a couple options that you might not think of for glue. Glossy accents. And Stamperia also sells one called Fluid Gloss. Okay. It's a self-leveling medium. You can use it like the glossy accents just to make your items look glossy and glassy. Okay. But you can also use it for a glue. Nice for if you're using clear embellishments. The white glues will dry clear as well, but these are nice to just put a dot down, stick your flat back to it, and hold it on. And this one runs for $8.89, and we carry the glossy accents in a 2 ounce and a 1 ounce, I believe, or is it half an ounce? We have the smaller ones, and let's see, it'll be this size, so it would be 18 milliliters. So they come in the 2 different sizes. Okay. And then another one we don't think of as a glue is Stickles. It is a glue. It is a glitter glue. Most people use this more for accenting as opposed to sticking, but it is still considered a glue. So a few different options here. When you use the Stickles, a little bit of advice: when you're putting it to your paper, keep the tip of your bottle down on the paper as you're squeezing. If you just want a dot or a line, you get a much nicer, even line or circle if you just squeeze it that way. There's less burping, so you'll get less air if you keep it right down and squeeze it while it's on your paper. Okay? So there's those ones. A couple more to go here. Sorry, we're running a little bit over. All right. So we've got our glue pens. There's a quickie glue pen. They're $4 and a little over $4 for these. These are great again for something small. Looks like a pen. You can put your very fine glue onto the back. Again, sentiments, anything small. Your little dots for your die cut eyes. It's great for those. We have our Zig glue pens. This one is a squeeze one. And this one is just your regular tip. So it's kind of like a marker tip. And again, lines of glue onto your projects. And this one works the same way, only it's more of a pen tip. And you just squeeze it and the glue comes out there. Okay? So those are some other options for nice fine lines of glue. We have our Craft Perfect low tack tape. Okay, this is a very low tack tape. What I use this for would be holding my die cuts down to my cardstock when I'm die cutting. If you want to hold a stencil on to your paper while you're stenciling, you can tear this off and it won't, it's low tack so it won't tear your paper. Anything you want to hold on but not rip your paper. Okay, and once you put it through the die cutting machine, it's still the green and black. Yes, the green tape was the, what did you call that again, Heather?
Which tape?
The green?
Architape.
Architape.
A-R-C-H-I.
A-R-C-H. Architape. A-C-I, sorry. Architape. And that's the cloth one. And then the paper one was called the tiger tape, the frame tape. And it comes in some different sizes as well, both of them, I believe. Okay? I hope that helps you, Kate, okay? We sell the dispenser as well as the refill rolls. Okay? And again, I use that for my die cutting, holding my dies to my paper when I don't want them to move. Another tape that's good for that, Spellbinders sells their own, and they call it the Best Ever Craft Tape. What's nice about this as well, from Spellbinders, is it's good for your glimmer machine. When you have those hot, you want to use the heat in your glimmer machine. This tape is good for that. It'll withstand the heat when you're pressing your glimmer plates into your cardstock. This will withhold the heat. So we have a quarter inch roll, and you get 20 yards for $9.22. We also have a 1.25 inches width tape, and you get the 20 yards, and it's $17.14. Love this as well. Very universal for using. Okay, that one's mine. All right, and then we have another Spellbinders item. This one's called the Center Line Measuring Tape. And I've lost my price off of it. Don't know where it went. I think it was 9 something. So this is called the Center Line Measuring Tape. I think this is a great idea. You have your tape. You can stick it to your project. It has a 12-inch long, and if you can see, the zeros in the middle and 6 inches to either side. So great to help you with your centering if you're doing layers and you want to make sure you get them centered side to side. You go from teal to black, so that's another ruler. You get many rulers on a roll. I think she said 18 rulers on the roll. I think this would be great to stick down to my mat. The glue pens are Zig. These ones are Zig. And the brand of this one is Sakura. Quickie glue pen, Sakura. And Zig for these ones. Okay? So that's that. This is an adhesive eraser. So say you get a little bit of your sticky tape sticking out the edge, you can use this to rub off the edge of your glue tape. Very handy to have. We have these in the store as well. And another item we'd like to show you, we're going to be getting in many rolls of these. Heather showed these, some of these were sold on the auction. They're great. They're the All in Create tapes. And they create an image. Very beautiful. This one looks to be like a Christmas cat's. So the way this works is you are going to use, it's going to make a picture. You're going to find the edge of your picture, tear it. It's probably going to be right around there somewhere. You would tear it off, and then when you take your next piece, it's actually going to be the next piece of your picture. These are fun. Heather, how much do these run for? The All in Creates? 7 something or 9 something? I forget. I looked and then I didn't write it down. Okay, so I'm going to go over it one more time. There is a coupon running for this live. It's running from now during the live until Sunday. It is for a 10% off of all adhesives in the store. Okay, so I was right. They're around the $8, $7.99, $8 for the All in Create washi tapes. The code that you're going to use for the coupon is GLUE. If anything is out of stock, please email Heather and let her know that you'd like it so she can put it in with our order. She is putting in an order for, which one were you putting in the order for tomorrow? Okay, she's doing an order now, so if there's anything you can see that's out of stock, email her up quick and she can try to add it on to the order she's working on. Otherwise, yeah, that's all I have for tonight. Sorry I ran a few minutes over. I had a lot of products to show. I hope that helped everyone, and hopefully you guys will get yourselves into some sticky situations as well. Thanks, ladies. Have a great night. Do I just hit end in the blue ball when it comes up and it says end? Yeah, I know, but then it says end after. I've already ended the video. Okay.